Welcome back to another video on the channel. So another WTA Grand Slam event has certainly delivered in terms of quality. The top players shining through. SWIATEK and Ashley Barty both reached the semi-final stages. And that's the semi-final I'm going to start with. World number one and home favourite Ashley Barty, who is yet to win the major title in Melbourne, takes on Madison Keys, who sort of rolled back the years this week in Melbourne and played some outstanding aggressive tennis. So just start with Ashley Barty. I said in my preview video that I think the only two things that could stop her winning this title are Naomi Osaka. Obviously, that one's gone after Osaka's early round 3 exit, and expectation and pressure of being the home favourite and being world number one. And a lot of people expected to win this title due to the form of last year and also her winning the warm-up event in the style she did in Adelaide. And so far, it doesn't look like that is affecting Barty. I think she was a little bit nervous, a little bit tight in the quarterfinal win against Jessica Pegula. When she hit a stride and got that break of serve, she was a class apart and showed why she is the best player in the world. Barty at the moment for me is by far and away the best women's player in the world. And I said on Twitter the other day, I think she's a player that looks like she could dominate women's tennis for quite a few years. I think obviously, the WTA is always wide open. We've seen in the past few years even that we always get new Grand Slam champions like Barbara Krejcikova and Emma Raducanu. The different surfaces always throw up different players into form. Naomi Osaka has won 4 hardcore major titles and she'll be working her way back into full fitness. But Ashley Barty is just a class above and outright the world number one player in the world. When you look at her results and ability to adapt to different surfaces, winning the Wimbledon title, she's a former French Open winner. The way she's played at the US and Australia, she's just such an incredible competitor. Her variety on the backhand in particular is the best shot in women's tennis, in my opinion. Her serve is just so simple, always hits its spot. She's full of confidence. The forehand cross court, one of her favourite shots. The backhand's down the line. Superb net play that comes with that doubles experience. A mindset looks fantastic. Full fitness. Seems to be enjoying the crowd. I think trying not to put too much pressure on herself and just focus on producing on the court. I think Barty knows that if she's content, if she plays 90 to 100%, there's nobody that can stop at the moment the move she's in. She's just dominating everybody. Even if you look back to Adelaide, she flew past Iga Swiatek, who's one of the best hardcore players in the world. She dominated Elena Rybakina in the final, and she's cruised to this stage. She has had a favourable draw, largely due to the exit of Naomi Osaka, which I just mentioned. But even players like Jessica Pegula, she was playing very, very good, strong, aggressive tennis up until that quarterfinal, and Barty lost just 2 games. And it seems that when she gets serving, returning, comfortable on the court, using that backhand variety to move players around the court and be aggressive and dictate the speed and take pace off the ball, she just got tools that nobody can match. And she hasn't got any weaknesses in the game. I've said this time and time again on this channel that she's just got no weaknesses that you can really attack. Barty seems to hold all the cards. If things aren't going her way, she can throw in a backhand slice. If she wants to be aggressive, she can serve and volley. If she wants to come inside the court and win short points, she can go with the cross-court forehand winner. She just seems to got everything in her armory. She plays every shot so well. Her shot selection is fantastic. And yeah, she's just in the form of her life. And unless she gets very nervous or picks up an injury, then I can't see anybody left in the draw that are going to stop Ashley Barty. But just talking a little bit about Madison Keys. I always compare Madison Keys to Sloane Stephens, and I think it's the one that they don't often produce the best tennis. I think Madison Keys managed just 11 wins last year on the whole tour. This year, she's already picked up 11 wins. She's on a 10-match winning streak. And when Stephens or Keys hit their stride and play their best tennis, they are some of the best hardcore players in particular in the world. The amount of winners that Madison Keys hit this week, the amount of aces is very, very positive on her behalf. She must be in a fantastic place. She's hugely powerful. She's got a fantastic forehand, very flat, hits lots of winners. As I mentioned there, the aces are a huge plus to her game. And she seems in a brilliant place. She's going to be an underdog in this one. She's going to have the crowd against her. but it's a little bit of a free hit. I'm not sure Madison Keys coming into 2022 would have expected to reach a semi-final of a major. So the fact she's done that does sort of give her the license to just go out and have a free swing at Ashley Barty, go out and be aggressive, aim to serve well, aim to get in the forehand as much as possible, hit lines, get Barty out of his stride. But in terms of prediction for this one, I spoke at length there about how much I rate Ashley Barty, why I think she's the best player in the world. And as I mentioned, unless the weight of expectation and the pressure from the outside in gets to Ashley Barty, I can't see anybody stopping her. I can't see anything other than a straight set win for Ashley Barty. I've seen absolutely nothing within her game that looks like she's going to break down any moment. And for me, the title's on her racket, but that will put pressure on her. And a lot of people, not just me, will be saying that. So whether she can handle that pressure will remain to be seen. But yeah, Ashley Barty is on a different planet, I think, to every other women's player at the moment, and will be fully deserving of winning this title if she does that on Saturday. Moving on now to the second semi-final, which I think will be a closer match between Iga Swiatek and Danielle Collins. And Swiatek's a player that's very, very impressed me this week. And we've seen Swiatek in the past when she won the French Open in 2020 at a teenager, when she didn't drop a set. That's obviously an incredible achievement as a teenager to win a Grand Slam without dropping a set. But this week's sort of been more impressive for me. The fact that she was a set down to Sorana Castilla. She was just setting a breakdown yesterday in her quarterfinal. The fact that she's been able to cover them deficits shows that she's got incredible mental strength. She can problem solve. She can fight from the depths of defeat. She can adapt on the court. And it's all good and well, especially as a young player when you're in front, being a good front runner, dominating matches. But it's if you can come back from a set and a breakdown in a Grand Slam quarterfinal and you've got some serious mental strength and serious confidence in yourself that you can turn that scoreline around. For the fact that Iga Swiatek's won a Grand Slam, being a front runner all the way through, and then had to fight from the depths of defeat a couple of times to reach a semi-final is very, very impressive for a player of her age. I think Swiatek, she's had her problems with serving this week, and she's hit a lot of double faults. I think Swiatek's a player that is very process-driven. She likes set routine. She's got lots of patterns of play. She's sort of got an excellent shot selection. The technique on her backhand and forehand, the balance, the power that she puts in those ground strokes, the consistent depth, the ability to hit lines, the ability to adapt her game is all very, very strong. So her serve has got a lot to do with her game. She likes to dictate points from the off, keep opponents on the move, look to be aggressive, look to hit winners. If she's not serving well, then that sort of negates all that. And she's immediately put in the back foot. I don't think she's got the strongest second serve. But as I said, Iga Swiatek, technically wise, shot selection wise, she's up there with the very, very best on the WTA. And the fact that she's reached this stage now and is a previous Grand Slam winner, you do have to certainly enter her into the reckoning. I think she's a player that could potentially go on to win many, many more Grand Slams. She's got fantastic mental strength, as I say, and just looks like a player on court that's always going to be very, very difficult to beat. She's a brilliant fighter. She's got a fantastic forehand and backhand, and just a very, very strong-willed and ready-made Grand Slam champion. And I'm sure she'll go on to have a very successful career. Finally, moving on to Danielle Collins, who I've thoroughly enjoyed watching this week. I must admit I haven't actually seen a lot of Danielle Collins before this tournament, but I heard very good things in the opening couple of rounds. So I've tuned into her last couple of matches, and she plays like not many of the WTA players on tour. I think a lot of the male players in particular use the drop shot and look to cover the net due to their height and their reach. The likes of Medvedev and Tsitsipas at 6'4", Zverev 6'5". They're very difficult to pass at the net. I think other than Ashley Barty, a lot of players don't really use the net frequently on the WTA. I think they prefer the baseline exchanges, and I prefer watching those myself. The baseline exchanges and the long rallies and the winners from the back of the court with the immense power. The likes of Muguruza and Rybakina and Swiatek, Naomi Osaka. But Danielle Collins is a player that attacks the net a great deal and has a lot of success and conviction around the net. She's a great volleyer, and the Australian quarter pin very, very quick. So the serve and volley is in particular a very, very good option. One slight criticism of Iga Swiatek would be that she hasn't got all the variations. You don't see Swiatek play too many drop shots or in and around the net too much. So if Collins commits a bit of a cat and mouse, use the slice to bring Swiatek in, make it a bit of a battle around the net, then I think Collins would certainly win those exchanges. But in terms of prediction, I've been very impressed with Collins, the way she served, the aggression, as I say, trying to win the quick points, looking to come at the net and use her hand skills. But Iga Swiatek, for me, is a future superstar. I think her consistency from the baseline, her natural power, her balance, particularly on the backhand side, the way she can transfer pace, counter punch, hit lines that either down the line or cross court in the backhand, I think makes her a favourite in this one. And I'm going to go with Swiatek to battle through to her second major final in 3 sets. So I'm going to go for Ashley Barty in straight sets, Iga Swiatek in 3 sets. And if that was Saturday's final, then we're going to be in for an absolute thriller. Swiatek and Ashley Barty, but perhaps we'll get some upsets. But if you have enjoyed this video, please do leave a like. If you have got any predictions for the semi-finals on the women's side, do leave them in the comment section below. Thank you for watching another video, and I will see you on the next one.